Let's take a look at the energy coming towards you this week. We're using our Gilded Tarot. I've started and then I have to start over, right? So this is what it looks like. And then you received one card. You received the Six of Swords. And I was saying that the Six of Swords is usually an energy of moving on, right? It's also an energy of moving from choppy waters to calmer waters, right? So if you're in a situation with somebody or just a situation that has been bothering you or there's been a lot of turmoil, expect this week for things to be resolved, or at least you're moving into an energy of resolution. And even if it's something where, you have to part ways with someone, just know that, this is the week when you'll start to feel that energy to just cut your losses and move on, and you'll be at peace with your decision. It can also be a card of travel, right? So some of you may be traveling long distances, traveling over water, because typically they say it's usually traveling over water. So maybe traveling by boat, a cruise, I don't know, take what resonates. And then it also caught my attention to the blue, right? She's wearing that blue hood, that robe in this card. So there's also two speaking your truth, right? Which is going to bring you a lot of peace. I think I was trying to say speaking and peace, but that's what I'm getting. Like some of you are going to be speaking your truth, and with speaking this truth, it's going to lead to such a relief, right? It's like you're going to shed some anxiety and some stress or just some burdens you've been carrying for some time by not speaking this truth. And you're going to feel like, I'm at peace and I can move on, right? I said what I need to say, and, it is what it is, and now I can release this. So this is beautiful. All right, so let's see what else we get, because that was the first card, the Six of Swords. Oh, see? And that's what I was saying. Like some of you may have had some sort of heartbreaking, painful sort of situation where now you're going to find yourself coming out of this pain or working on healing this internally or healing this with another. And I keep hearing forgiveness. They give me that India Ari song, The Heart of the Matter. Go listen to that song. Because that's what it's saying. Even if you don't love me anymore, it says forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. So some of you may be coming to the realization that something didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen, right? The outcome wasn't the way you thought. Maybe there was some pain, maybe there was some betrayal, but you're finding that the way to make peace with this situation and to kind of release this energy is to forgive the situation or forgive the person, right? Rather than keep holding it in, because what it does, it just keeps you kind of tied to that energy in that situation. And so it blocks you, it prevents you from bringing a new energy in. So some of you may be finally coming to the conclusion or finally at the place in your healing where you can forgive somebody else, even if it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, and just release it and move on, right? Not necessarily reconciling with the person, but just forgiving them and moving on, right? And starting something new. So let's see, let's shuffle and then see what else we get, because that was a lot for one card. See what I mean? The Death card. It's a massive transformation. All right, beautiful. This is beautiful energy. So you receive the Death card, which is telling me, yes, some of you are going through a powerful ending. With every ending, there's a new beginning, right? And I keep calling my attention to 13. So some of you may be seeing 1313 a lot, right? And it breaks down to, what's that? 4/4. So maybe needing to build a new structure or on your way towards building a new structure. Right? Because look at her. She's very determined in this energy. And this may have started with the full moon, with the last full moon that we had, where you realize that you had to take certain steps. Because sometimes, we spend a lot of time wallowing in the pain, wallowing in the, who did this to me and how things went wrong. And instead of kind of like, and these things take time. Just healing, right? Forgiving and moving on so you can start a new life and releasing this. And this is what some of you are starting to do this week. So this is beautiful. And then you also receive the Four of Pentacles. But I love the way the Four of Pentacles came out, because it came out in the reverse. So when the Four of Pentacles is in the reverse, you're no longer holding on to something. Four of Pentacles can be a very kind of stingy energy. It can be an energy of, like I'm hearing like holding a grudge or holding on to, because I'm not necessarily getting like money, right? Because typically the Four of Pentacles is an energy of kind of like hoarding, feeling like you don't have enough. It can be an energy of selfishness, right? but it's because you feel that, it's scarcity consciousness. So somebody is I'm going to make sure that you don't get more than me. So I'm not giving in a very generous way. I'm always going to make sure I'm looking out for myself, right? Even if I do have plenty, in my mind I don't have enough, and so I'm very stingy in my affection, I'm very stingy in my finances, I'm very stingy overall in terms of how I give, the exchange of energy. But with being reversed, what I'm getting is, again, if some of you are holding a grudge, some of you are angry, right, about a particular situation that went down, because Three of Swords is very ugly energy, right? This is definitely betrayal, heartbreak, heartache, painful endings, painful energy. You're releasing this. So this is the week when you're going to be forgiving somebody, releasing this and moving on. Like truly, not just saying it, right? And a lot of times for that to happen, I don't know, because the same thing happened for me. It takes time. There's going to be one day you wake up and you're going to be like, you know what? This doesn't bother me like it used to. And I have truly forgiven this person and I'm wishing this person the best, regardless of what they did or how things turned out between me and them. I'm releasing them and wishing them the best in their life, right? Okay, so this is beautiful energy. Let's see if we get one more. And then look here, you have the Page of Cups, and that's what I'm saying. Once you're able to release this, and heal this, this is love, right? This is love that's waiting to come in. This is like a new lease on life when it comes to emotions, when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to expression. So some of you may be letting go of a painful past relationship. And as you do, something beautiful is being birthed. Or as you heal your heart, right, you're now more open to letting love in. So maybe that's what I'm going to call this, letting love in. As you release the past, you're now able to let love in, right? And I'm getting this is going to be something beautiful. Let's see if we get one more and then we'll wrap up. Yes. So here you have, look, King of Cups, which is this mature love. So this is what's coming, right? But for some of you, it took you time because here you have the Eight of Swords where you're in your head, maybe feeling stuck, feeling trapped in a particular situation. But then here is Judgment, right? Which Spirit's saying it's time for you to make this decision, right? It's time for you to release this. It's time for you to go in a new direction. So for some of you who aren't there yet, so there are two groups. There's some of you who are like, you know what? I'm at the stage now where I can really forgive this situation, forgive this person, and move on. And there are others of you that is still kind of stuck in your head or maybe stuck in a situation where you need to make a decision. It's like decision time to release this so you can let this beautiful Page of Cups energy come in, right? So yeah, I think either way, it's going to be a very good week. So it's going to be a week for healing, a week for moving on, a week for forgiveness, right? And as you do, you're going to be able to welcome in new loving energy. And you're going to feel better about it too. All right, I hope this is helpful. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.